Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I wanted to start out with something that Sean Ray, I can't remember if he sent me this or if I found, just saw his tweet, at Sean Ray _7. This is just an article about a Texas bill. It says Texas bill proposal: before accepting payment by a digital currency, a person must verify the identity of the person sending the payment. And it says the bill identifies a verified identity digital currency as a digital currency that allows the true identities of the sender and the receiver to be known before a person has access to another person's digital wallet. Adding to this, the bill states this state may not use a digital currency that is not a verified identity digital currency. Now, I wanted to show you this because, in my opinion, the state of Texas doesn't quite understand yet what digital assets are and what they represent. These governments, I don't care if it's the United States government or state governments or governments of other countries, sooner rather than later, they're going to finally realize that they're not going to be able to control this the way that they've been. This entire thing is about lack of control and wanting to take the control and the central power away from governments and corrupt politicians. That is what this is about. That's why it was created. It was born of the financial crisis for a reason, because people were tired of the people that were controlling us destroying the value of the money that they're using to control us. I mean, it's crazy. And here's the problem, Texas. The problem is this: you can pass all the laws you want, but this genie's out of the bottle, as I say all the time. The genie's out of the bottle. It's not going back in. And so ultimately, these states and these countries around the world, if they're not already doing it, where this will eventually end up. Now, I always tell you, pay your taxes on your digital assets. Do not think that you're going to get away with not paying your taxes on your digital assets. Pay your taxes on your digital assets. I say that over and over. But I believe in the mid to long run, all of the governments of the world are going to realize that they can't truly control this because of privacy coins like Monero. They're not going to be able to control all of this. And even if they could figure out a way to control it, it's going to cost too much money and too much manpower. They're not going to be able to do it. And I believe that digital assets are going to be a great thing, in that they're going to lead to a consumption tax, like on a tax on everything that you buy, instead of having to deal with, in the U.S. case, the IRS and all of this. The truth is, the IRS that is the definition of centralized power. But the power goes to the people when you're being taxed on what you purchase. That's different. You can decide what you want to purchase and what you don't, but we have to consume things. So it'll be you're talking about a fair tax. That's fair. We're all paying the same thing when we go and buy things. Simple as that. Okay. Next, I'm starting to see a lot of positive sentiment in this market from a lot of different players in the game, as well as different government type entities. And I want to show you this. This is from Thomas Lee. He's on CNBC a lot. Wise words and completely agree. And he's retweeting. I hope my followers have been accumulating over the past several months, like I've mentioned several times. Cost averaging over the past months would have done you very well. We have seen nothing yet, so it's not too late to start now. Well, the digital asset investor has been cost averaging. But this is another interesting comment that was a reply to his tweet. As a resident in Turkey, I see no safe option but Bitcoin. And I think that's a direct reference to the instability created by these governments that put out fiat currencies that they print at will. And you're going to see more of this. You're going to see more of a flood into digital assets over time. Before long, you'll see an emergency in some digital asset or in some fiat currency, and you will see them run to digital assets, just like they're doing in Venezuela. Okay, more positive sentiment. This is Crypto Spring is just around the corner, says SEC's Valerie Zupanik, I guess. I just wanted to read you this a couple of quotes here. I do think if we hope to smell the crypto spring in the air, it will take people walking with regulators, but I do think the spring is going to come. And so that's really all I wanted you to get out of that, is the fact that someone at the SEC is saying that is pretty telling of what is about to come. They're going to release the Kraken soon, and the Kraken being digital assets, and they're going to release the stranglehold off of it, and then there will be no stopping this train. Okay, I wanted to show you a cool website I discovered. This is ZerpSlurp, I'm sorry. ZerpSlurp.com. And what this is it's a sentiment analysis of like tweets and things like this. Like you can click on this and it'll say the latest tweets. These are all XRP Ripple related. Mentions, you can look at, here's article discussions, and it's got all of this it shows you what's going on and trending on Twitter with regard to XRP and Ripple. Most popular retweets. I mean, it's got some really cool things on here. And then, so go check that out. It's ZerpSlurp.com. Okay, now what I'm about to show you really caught my attention. This is interesting. And this is, again, I've told you before, I don't do a lot of chart analysis on this channel. But there are a lot of people that do chart analysis, and there's a lot of really smart people that know what they're talking about with all of this, that every once in a while I'll go and read some of their stuff. This one caught my attention more than any that I've seen in the last months, okay? But I have said over the last few days, I have begun to see a lot of these chart guys just screaming, bull, something huge is about to happen. We're about to have a huge breakout. I've been seeing a lot of this lately in what I read, but this one is the one that has caught my attention more than any. This is by a guy named @_crypto_maniac_. Cryptomaniac 101. XRP, you have no idea what's about to happen. And he did this chart analysis, okay? And I want you to see this. This is the high of $3.42, okay? And that was back around January the 3rd or so, January 2nd, something like that, 4th, back in 2018. And he's done this chart here, and he's showing you this. I don't even know the terminology for all of this, but he's saying that here is where you would have a massive breakout, and the number that he's throwing out there might make you spit your water out if you're drinking water. Look at what he sees as the potential upside. I mean, it's in the 172 or so range. So I want to read you, because I didn't just look at this and say, oh, this is probably some stupid prediction and this guy's just running his mouth trying to get clicks or likes or whatever. I read what he had to say, and this guy's not some dummy. This is someone who knows what they're talking about in this field. I can tell just from reading what he's saying. So I wanted to read to you just a snippet of what he said. He says, here we are looking at a very strong trend line, which will turn 666 days old. Ooh, I don't like that number. Which will turn 666 days old on March the 20th or 21st, as it has supported XRP since early 2017, with potential target being at $172. It is by all means not confirmed and can only be visualized through the unconfirmed resistance line of this widening wedge. However, in reality, value can rise either lower or a higher number. I'm also keen on pointing out that despite all negativity and misinformation back in 2016 and 2017, XRP did manage to rise from below pennies at, he says, $0.005 to over $3.42, marking nearly 65,000% in profit within 292 days. This time around, however, it's different. This time value of XRP is expected to rise not only due to speculation, but real use case. And I'll add one more thing to what he said there. Yes, speculation and use case this time around. He's 100% right. But there's one thing that goes in conjunction with those that is not mentioned there, and that is that Wall Street's going to be here this time. Wall Street is coming in this time and opening this up to their customers, and we have hundreds times more on-ramps into the system for people to have access to buy these digital assets than they did last time. Those two things added to the fact that this is going to be speculation and use case this time. There is no telling where XRP could go on this run. And even though this may sound crazy, 172 or whatever, when you think about what he's saying there, speculation, use case, and then you factor in what I just said, that this time, last time we didn't have Wall Street coming in. We had Wall Street staring from the sidelines, and I think that after that bull run, they said, wait a minute, we're about to miss out on something huge. And I've always believed that 2018 all the way till now has been an engineered takedown of crypto temporarily to open up the floodgates for when they're ready. And I believe they're almost ready. Finally, before I go, I want to show you this. I've told you, a lot of you, that I am a Cardano guy. Cardano is one of the digital assets that I'm accumulating. I've really already accumulated all the XRP I need, and so I'm accumulating Cardano, and I almost want this bear market to stay where it is for a little bit longer so I can get more. But I'm accumulating it. Cardano is a smart contract platform, but I want you to first, before I tell you what I'm going to tell you, I want to tell you this. As we know, as we've talked about here for months, Bitcoin and Ethereum seem to be the two digital assets that Wall Street and the boys have accepted. Maybe the only thing I can figure is that the Bitcoin supporters and the Ethereum supporters got to the right powerful people first, got to the Wall Street people first. And for those two reasons, because it sure is not because of their technology, Bitcoin and Ethereum seem to be the accepted ones, okay? And they've already been given the blessing by the SEC, when the truth of the matter is XRP should be given a blessing before either one of those. But for whatever reason, they've been chosen, okay? And if you look at every exchange that's opening up, those two are the ones that have been chosen. They're going to be on there first, Bitcoin and Ethereum. But if you believe, like I do, that ultimately they can pick whatever they want, and in the short run, yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum will be money makers. I believe that. Maybe the mid run too. But in the long run, I believe that the better technology and the better product will win. Well, I believe that Cardano is the better product when it comes to smart contract platforms. And this guy, Charles Hoskinson, who's the creator of Cardano, also was involved in creating Ethereum and left to make this better. And so the reason I'm telling you all this is because you should go to Cardano.org and click on Learn. Okay? No, click on Learn and then what is Cardano? And it'll take you to this page. And for this weekend, if you do nothing else, that is, if you are open-minded about other digital assets, which you should be, just to diversify a bit, I believe Cardano is going to be the one that displaces Ethereum in the mid to long run, and maybe even in the short run, who knows. But if you watch this, he gives you it's like a classroom. He literally takes you through how this all started, first generation, second generation, third generation crypto. It's a really good explanation of where things came from and how Cardano was put together. It'll be very eye-opening for you. And then once you have watched it and understand what's going on, you'll understand why I'm buying ADA. And you can buy it on Binance, just as a side note. Today, the markets have been going up. Last 2 days they've been going up. Let me do a refresh here and see what we're looking at. I was looking 140 billion. See if that's changed. Still at about 140 billion. We've gone up, I think, 3 or 4 billion in the last couple of days. XRP, for those of you, and I've seen comments like this, one thing, since I've been invested in XRP, this is one thing that has been very consistent. A lot of times when you see a lot of these, like Ethereum here is up 4%, a lot of times when you see a lot of these going up like major percentages and all, many times, very often in the past when I've seen these things happen, XRP has kind of not done a whole lot while some of these others are going crazy. And then what happens is, one fine day, XRP takes off on its own and just leaves all of these others in the dust, and eventually ends up far ahead of all of them in terms of percentage gains. That's the pattern I've seen over and over and over. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and tell your friends and family to watch the Cardano video this weekend if they have some free time. Thank you for listening.